Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. I hope you've been having a fantastic weekend. And we're into Monday now, which means that it's a bank holiday. So great, fantastic news. I don't have to work today. And yeah, a big thank you to everybody that has taken time out to subscribe to this little channel. I really, really do appreciate that. So I'm going to be reacting now to an artist I've never heard of. And I had a quick look at the how many comments were on this video, and I think there was somewhere in the region of nearly 2,000. So this artist must be really, really popular and very well known. So I'm really excited to react to this artist. I think it's an American. I think she is called Poe. I'm not sure if that's her name. She's an American singer-songwriter, and this is a track taken from her second album, which is called Haunted, and indeed this was a title track. I know that there's about 20 other musicians on this album, so I won't just run through a list of all of them. Probably a lot of session musicians. So this actually came out at the end of, came out on Halloween in 2000, so I suppose that's appropriate. Maybe I should have left this to Halloween-ish, so, but yeah, that's 23 years ago. So I'm really looking forward to this track, and I just have a look, see who wrote this. I think that might be her name, Annie Danielewski. Well, I'm not entirely sure. Sometimes when I pull these lyrics up, I don't always get the the information correct. So I'm sure that will be pointed out if I've got that wrong. So anyway, looking forward to this. This is Poe with Haunted. I had no idea what kind of a singer-songwriter she is, what genre this is. So this is a complete unknown. So without further ado, I'm going to press play and see what it's about. I just wanted to say I'm really enjoying her singing. Very interesting lyrics, lovely melody going into the transition into the chorus. I'm really enjoying that too. It's hard to say what this song's about. It feels like it's either about her haunting someone, somebody haunting her, or is this just like a generic kind of memories that we get that haunt us? And I can relate to that. But yeah, it's an interesting song, and I like her vocal delivery. It's very soothing. She's got a very soothing voice. I'm not sure if this is her usual style, as this is the only song I'm listening to by her. Never heard from her before, so. But yeah, so far it's so good. It's a nice song. I won't go any further than that. I'm not going to say it's the best thing I've ever heard because um, it's of its time. It feels like it's of its time, of that sort of turn into from the 90s into it's her voice sounds a lot like other singers. I can't think of names at the moment, but there are similarities between female singers of around about that time and the style of music that they were singing. But the interesting thing about this song, I think, is the lyrics, and something I wanted to get into at the end. Let me just take that back a bit.
I'll always want you. I'll always need you. I'll always love you. And I will always miss you. Come here. No, I won't say please. One more look at the ghost before I'm gonna make it leave. Come here. I got the pieces here. Time to gather up the splinters, build a casket for my tears. I'm haunted. I'm haunted by the hallways in this dining room, the echo there, me and you, voices that I carry this tune. Ba-da-ba-ba, What is that?
I don't cry. I don't cry. My heart will break before I cry. I will go mad.
Okay, so that was Pearl Haunted, and I really enjoyed the second half of that song. I'm not going to lie, I was sort of struggling with it. The first half, it sounded very generic to a lot of music I heard, probably at the turn of the century, and and yeah, it just reminded me of a lot of different things. But I liked the sort of transitional part in the second half. Now I kind of get the feeling that the second half of the song was he resolved not to be to have I suppose the guilt of his past voices. I'm guessing that what that's what this is about. It could be literal haunting, but to actually just stand up and say, I'm not really having this anymore. It's the I kind of get the feeling it's more about disposing with the past and to actually be able to move on in the future and without the regrets of what you didn't do in the past, and maybe the voices that were critical of you. And so I liked the way it transitioned. She does a bit more resolve in her voice, and her voice kind of took on a slightly different character as well, which I liked. There was a little bit of a again, I'll probably get crucified for comparing her voice. There's a little bit of a Gwen Stefani's I felt in some part when she slowed down her vocal delivery, and it was and then she was talking a little bit. I just got a bit of a Gwen Stefani there, but no, it was interesting song, and I did enjoy the last half of it. And I guess if I was now to listen to the whole thing again, I could probably appreciate that there is a transition, that it sends into something. Basically, there's a payoff in the second half of the song that I wouldn't necessarily have appreciated having only heard the first half of this. And this is kind of a song that you would want to come back to actually enjoy that second half, knowing what's going to come. I liked a bit at the end, and it just kind of went a bit sort of very strange, very lonely, cold, deserted building kind of feeling to it, with disembodied voices. And I would have liked to have seen that kind of weaved a little bit more into the music. I mean, I'm not criticizing her production, but sometimes when you listen to a song and you just think, I wish there was a bit more of that, a bit more of this. Now, obviously, she's everything that happens in these songs are done by design, and somebody said, oh no, we don't want to really do that, we'll do this because it's more effective and it fits the story a little bit better. But from a personal perspective, I would have liked that last bit to be sort of interweaved, maybe at the beginning, and maybe hinted to throughout the song, just so that it kind of felt like it was part of the entire song and not just a bit of a sound effect put on at the end. But she had an interesting voice. I would probably come back and listen to something else by her. I'd like to listen to something that's a little bit different. If I listen to something that was very similar, I might just abandon listening to it altogether. And sometimes I think you listen to something that's really effective and means a lot to some people. But ultimately, if you don't have that same connection with the song, you then don't want to listen to a similar song straight after. So I think if she was to do something a little bit more, I don't know, just completely different, then I would be really up for that, because I could then see, how versatile her voice is, and how interestingly she uses maybe the musicians around her to kind of create the vision that she wants to have for this music. But this wasn't too bad. So let's just run through the lyrics really quick. Bada papa bada papa, come here. That's a tongue twister in itself. Come here, pretty please. Can you come and tell me where I am? You won't say something. I need to get my bearings. I'm lost, and the shadows keep on changing. I mean, it gives the indication of somebody that's in what do they call it, in a place in between death and heaven, or they haven't actually gone into the light, sort of thing. So that is kind of very related to the idea of being haunted. A person's a tormented spirit that needs to move on. And I'm haunted by the lives that I have loved and the actions I have hated. I'm haunted by the lives that wove the web inside my haunted head. That's nice. That's a really cool lyric. And I think that basically means that if we're talking about people that have passed on, then it might be the case that those people, you remember the things that those people said to you. And for some reason, as human beings, we always remember nice moments, but we remember critical speech. So you might remember those lovely moments that you have with your parents maybe, and the things that you did, as a collective. It's just like a vibe you get, a nostalgic vibe. But then you also remember the sharp, painful moments where a parent or somebody who's really close to have been ultra critical of you, So I think that might be playing in her head. Don't cry, there's always a way. Here in November, in this house of leaves, we'll pray. Please, I know it's hard to believe, to see a perfect forest through so many splintered trees. You and me and these shadows keep on changing. So maybe this is like the haunting type thing. Maybe it's a physical haunting, well, an actual haunting. But maybe it's also the those ghosts of a past are still kind of playing with your mind. You can't see through the trees. You can't see the light in your own life because you're still fogged out by all these bad negative memories. And I'm haunted by the lives that I have loved and actions that I've hated. I'm haunted by the promises I've made and others I have broken. I'm haunted by the lives that wove a web inside my haunted head. I really love that chorus bit. I'll always love you. I'll always need you. I'll always want you. And I'll always miss you. Come here. No, I won't say please. One more look at the ghost before I'm going to make it leave. Come here. I've got the pieces here. Time to gather up the splinters, build a casket for my tears. So yeah, you're not only burying the memories of people that you've loved in order to move on, you're also burying all these negative aspects that came with their lives and maybe it affected your life. So I love that. Time to gather up the splinters, build a casket for my tears. So you're burying your tears now, whatever you've felt in the morning of these loved ones that have probably maybe they just died, maybe they died 20 years ago, but the memories are still quite sharp, and it's time to move on and bury whatever negative feelings for yourself that you had, and yeah, maybe just bury your sadness and then move beyond and start living life. Yeah, I really enjoyed the lyrics of this. And it's an interesting song. I definitely want to maybe try another track from hers, but like I said, I want it to be something a little bit different. And but this was nice, and the melody was lovely in it throughout this. I really got into the music of it. It wasn't anything dramatic or fantastically interesting, but it was just a really nice vehicle for the lyrics. And yeah, the second half of the song, her vocals changed. She showed a bit of, she showed how flexible she actually was with her voice. And even if I picked up likenesses to other artists, it's not meant to be derogatory towards her. I'm sure that singers don't go out to copy people, but I think subconsciously, maybe there's influences always with singers. But yeah, she does have a nice voice, and I definitely want to come back to something different. So guys, please join me in the comments below. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and have a great day, have a great week.